Tonight on QCTV, it's Northwest Suburban girls hockey action as the Anoka Tornadoes will be hosting their second top 10 team this week in the Rogers Royals. The Royals come in after a victory over Coon Rapids and Champlain Park on Tuesday, and they're here to take on the Tornadoes. The Tornadoes looking for a strong performance from their goaltender, Gretchen Pavrud, who was one of the state's top goalies last season. And Ellie Hennis will look at trying to get the offense going for their Tornadoes. Coming up next on QCTV, girls hockey action, the Tornadoes versus the Royals.
Back to the fence, and that's gone.
There it is. Ace to win the set. It's caught. 20-10 touchdown.
This is going to be in the gap.
Yes! Yes! Score! Go to deflection. The Andover Huskies win their first state championship.
We are here at the Anoka Area Ice Arena for girls hockey action on QCTV this Thursday night. My name is Jim Childs. I'm joined by Hall of Fame coach. And we are here for the Rogers Royals against the Anoka Tornadoes. Pete, really a strong Northwest Suburban conference this year, and the Anoka Tornadoes have a strong opponent tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Rogers has arrived, just like they have in boys hockey. They've arrived in girls hockey. The interesting thing tonight, Jim, is that both of these teams, their kids know each other extremely well. They grew up since they were squirts playing together, so they all know each other. So it should be real interesting, and we have a couple of really good goaltenders going tonight too. So goals are going to be at a premium.
Yes, and as you mentioned, the youth programs co-op with each other. And hey, let's take a look at the keys to the game for the Tornadoes tonight, Pete. You know, first of all, the Tornadoes have to get offensive, and you know, as you can see, the goals have come at a premium. What do they have to do tonight?
Well, they got to get the puck in deep and go to work. You know, they're really young. Anoka's young. Rogers with an older team, and have some kids who are going to be playing college hockey already. So I think for Anoka, they need to get in, they need to get on the puck, and they also need to shoot as much as possible.
Yeah, and in winning the special teams, something the Tornadoes, they haven't committed a lot of penalties, but they certainly haven't put the puck in the net on power plays.
Well, Rogers should have the advantage of that. Like I said, they have some kids who are committed to hockey in college already, and Anoka, like I said, most of their kids on their power play are young kids. So they're going to learn as the season goes on, and they'll get better, and they're going to hope they're going to get better tonight.
Absolutely, and Anoka's strength is obviously their goaltending, as is Rogers, and we've got two good ones tonight.
Yeah, we really do. You know, I had a chance to watch Anoka's goaltender last year, and she's excellent. And it's going to be real interesting with two really good goaltenders.
Coming up next, Anoka versus the Rogers Royals.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Hey, we're ready for the drop of the puck. Let's take a look at our starting lineups tonight. And for the Rogers Royals, Emily Achterkirch, her lineup for starting out front, centering it will be Lauren Barnacle. Let's take a look at the Anoka starters. Tiki Barber, Barron, and Reese Christoph and Leah Emsler. Good front line up front. Booth and Clocker on the blue line. And as we mentioned, Pavrud back on in between the pipes tonight.
Well, I'm glad that you have to say Ackerkirken's name, and she's one of their top players, and so we're going to have to say her name a lot.
Yes.
Maybe we should go to the first name, but she's a good player, and we're going to be seeing a lot of her. So. Yeah,
and her I believe it is her cousin is the coach, Emily. So Johansson, Barnacle, Sandberg, Maeda, and more, along with Backman in between the pipes for the Royals. And we're ready for the drop. Both teams very, very good defensively, and still trying to find their way offensively, as both teams are coming up ready to roll, and we're good to drop the puck. Royals, the Roger Royals, 20-5 last year, made it to the semifinals and lost to the Centennial Spring Lake Park team last year. And here we go. As Sandberg brings it in, that's intercepted by the Tornadoes and thrown down. Nice play by Reichley.
Yeah, you have that fresh ice here, Jim. That thing scooted down the ice. I think she just thought she was dumping it over the blue line and ends up going all the way down the ice. So our first faceoff is going to be in the Anoka zone.
Right to the right of Gretchen Pavrud. Pavrud have been sharing the duties with Anoka Olsen, and Anoka Olsen had a nice game against the Cougars on Tuesday. Royals grab it. Moving out front as that's Sandberg. Sandberg drops the puck over to Johnson. Johnson throws it out front. That's taken away by Moore. Moore up to Hennis. Hennis tries to get it out of the zone. That goes off a Royal and rolls back down as Amsler is able to tip it on that long stretch pass. Amsler, good forechecker for the Tornadoes. Back down, trying to get it or get control of the puck. Kept in nicely by Clocker. And here comes the Royals. Race to the puck, and just a bit too far. The Royals will lose the race to the puck, and icing is the call. We'll be back with 15:53 left in this first period. We're early.
Yeah, Amsler, mentioned that name already today. Saw Anoka play last year. Moore, a couple of kids who played as freshmen. They're sophomores this year. Anoka's loaded with sophomores, so they're still gaining in experience and will get better as the season goes on.
Achterkirch against Christoph on the draw. That puck is controlled by the Royals. Royals bring it back up. There's Hall. Hall drops it back for Achterkirch. Achterkirch back to Hall. A little give and go. Back around the net, looking out front. Nothing there. Tornadoes are solid with their defense and not allowing a whole lot of shots inside.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they force too much, Jim, but they play in that box area and try to, just exactly like he said, keep people away from their goaltender.
Achterkirch goes around, pass out front, and that was Ohm who was tied up. Taken away by the Tornadoes, now brought up by the defenseman, Booth. Booth drops it down. The Tornadoes go for a change. She's by herself. She's still got the puck. Reinforcements come in as the puck is set down below. Now taken out by the Royals. Royals, nice little pass out, breakout pass, kept in and thrown back down by Francois. Francois, solid solid defenseman who's got some experience, even though she is just a 10th grader.
Well, just like I talked about earlier, Anoka trying to dump and chase here. Probably a good idea with the defenseman that Rogers has, some very solid defensemen. So get the puck in like they're doing right now and go to work.
Yeah, young too. Yeah, I mean, you've got a couple of 9th graders, a couple of sophomores, and a junior.
Well, I think when these groups were together, or this group was together, that 10th grade group, they were pretty successful in the state of Minnesota in girls hockey. And now they're split up, of course.
Bailey with it, dumps it down. She'll go off for the change. Caught by Francois. Francois, puck comes off as the Miller keeps it in. Looking out for Hall. Dump back to Moore. Moore sends it back to a corner. That one, loose puck controlled now by Reichele, who sends it down. Moore gives chase on the forecheck. Trying to mess with Messer.
I like that.
Sent over to Lauer. Lauer tries to get it up, and that's kept in by a forecheck by Anoka. Anoka controls now. That's Moore back behind. Hennis pestering. Now Hennis able to get it. Keeps it in, the senior captain. Throws it back down, looks for Moore. That one goes off a skater and then sent back down. Kept in again by Booth. Kristoff now with it. Kristoff with a good puck control now by the Tornadoes. That one sent in. Nice blocker save by Bachman.
Yeah, Anoka getting some pressure on here early. That's what they need. Not to get behind early and stay right in the game. The longer they're in this game, better off they're going to be.
Hamricker gives chase and good speed by Sandberg. Sandberg, that one poke checked away nicely by the Tornadoes, and that's Barron. And here comes Johansson. Johansson with a shot saved by Pavrud. Oh, and it goes in. Boy, I thought it was under her. It was not. And goal scored by Rogers as that rebound just wasn't controlled, and it was sitting behind Gretchen Pavrud.
Boy, that's a tough one right there. Thought that Gretchen had that one. All of a sudden it's squirted out, and you could see it, and they didn't blow the whistle. So obviously the referee saw it lying there, and Rogers gets one off a rebound where they had the only player back in there, and Anoka didn't take him out of there. And I think they thought that the puck was frozen, Jim.
Yeah, Johansson, who came in with the initial shot, it looks like she was able to tip it in as it was just sitting perilously behind Pavrud. So Royals with a 1 goal scored quickly here in the first period. We're just under 4 minutes. Pass out front. That one goes harmlessly into the Royals and then sent back down. Sandberg gives a chase. And Alm for... Oh, it's taken away nicely looking around for the shot. That was for the Royals. That was Omi.
Yeah, Johansson very unselfish right there, looking for a pass. Probably could have had a shot herself. Rogers didn't get the shot off. She had the puck right there in the slot area and was looking for a better shot. But I don't know if there is a better shot than being right in that slot area.
No, it was he was kind of just waiting for it. Hennis gets it. Pavrud stops it back behind. Alm with it. Alm getting pestered by Sandberg. Sandberg, a strong skater. Sends it pass, and Moore now getting chased by Kristoff. Ella Kristoff with a good urgency. Royal skater goes into the boards, now taken away by Nadia. And that's back down, now slowed by Clocker. Clocker pestered by the Rogers, taken away nicely by Hall. Hall getting harassed by Barron and slowed down by Booth. Booth and Clocker back there. He's got Amsler on the side. Good forecheck. I like the spacing on the forecheck for Rogers.
Yeah, both of these teams, when they get it in deep, they've been dangerous so far. Hasn't been a whole lot of play out in neutral ice. So getting that puck in deep and you go to work, and that's what both teams are doing.
Bailey for Rogers sends it on the net. It sticked into the net above the boards back on the end line, and we'll have a face-off with 10:21. Rogers up 1-0.
You know, being around Anoka as long as I have been, Jim, you hear some of these names and remember their dads. You know, there's 5 or 6 of them. They're dads, you know, and it's like, wow, I'm old.
Now you're just aged well. How about that?
Right, thank you.
You're matured.
Matured, I like that better.
Miller sends it into the Anoka zone. Francois will settle it behind the net and runs right into Miller and sent back, and that'll almost come out as kept in by Messer. Moore sends it back down. The captain, Johansson, sends a pass out that hits the skate, goes out. The Royals will have to reset. No penalties so far. That gets almost past Francois. Francois, nice use of the body to be able to cut that one off. Here comes the Royals one more time. Hall with the shot that goes past Palverud back into behind. Settled again by Johansson. Taken down by Reichel. Taken away. Nice move out front. Backhand that scores right over the glove.
Woo! Hello. That was a beautiful move. Little forehand to backhand and then backhanding it into the net. You don't see that very often, Jim. That's a lost art.
That and to be able to get the height on that backhand, that's McKenna Sandberg. Beautiful shot. And Sandberg with the second goal for the Royals. Well, second for this line. You'll see right here.
Look at that. To the backhand and then right in the upper corner. Beautiful goal by Sandberg, who's one of the leading scorers on this team. And I believe she's going to Eau Claire next year.
Yeah, Sandberg with her second goal. That's her 10th point. Johansson with the assist. That's her second point tonight. Her 7th of the season. Shot comes in on Backman. Backman able to hold serve. That was an excellent individual effort, as you mentioned, by Sandberg. That not much you can do about that when you're a goalie.
You know, it really was, and she looks like she's a goal scorer. That's for sure.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Pretty impressive.
Barron sends it behind Bachman. Kept in, trying to get it out, and kept it in again by Kristoff. Peaky Barron with the puck. It comes back to Booth, and she slaps it right into the Royals, and the Royals come out with a nice break out with Ackerkirch. Just waiting. Good stick handling by these Royals. These Royals have some talented stick handlers, kind of waiting around, waiting patiently for that middle to open up. They're going to change one of their defensemen, Ackerkirch again. With it, Kristoff gets a little bit more physical, gets in to her space, able to get it through, but she's able to get it back. This one will come out as Ansler gives chase. Ansler tries to dangle around the defenseman, gets tied up.
They're going to call a penalty on that one. I thought they might call one. She held her up. She would have kept her feet moving, but she didn't. And Anoka will go on the power play.
So interference on Messer. Messer will go off for 2 minutes here.
Ackerkirch down there, she was stick handling in a phone booth. Look, yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of space where she was going too much, but as you can see, that's a good call right there.
Tied her up. So first power play of the night for the Tornadoes, and first penalty called and all. Nice shot in right there from Booth. Booth will come back. Out there skating right now is Ansler, Hennis, and Kristoff. That's the front line. Back on the back is Reichel and Booth. Here's Hennis. Only Hennis passes it down to Ansler. Ansler, I still give it goal, and it's saved by Bachman. Nice play by both the two scores of Ansler and Hennis.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play right there. Give and go. They knew what they wanted to do. You can see they probably worked that play in practice. It looked pretty nice for Anoka there, but a nice save to keep the score 2-0.
Likely up to Ansler, over to Ellie Hennis. Hennis, the captain, gains his zone. She'll slow it down, drops it back for Reichley. Then she's right inside the dot. Nice save again by Bachman. Bachman has looked good.
Yeah, Bachman really has. You know, the Anoka's had a couple of good opportunities, hasn't been able to put it away. The couple opportunities that Rogers has, they put it away, and that's the difference in our game at 2-0.
Messer's penalty, 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining. Good puck possession for the Tornadoes. Oh, this one gets past, and that's Sandberg. Sandberg already with one goal shot. Nice defense by Francois. And taken again by Barron. Barron with a stretch pass, trying to get it out. Breakout pass, trying to get it out. And that's taken away by Sandberg again. Sandberg again, cutting, slowing, working around. Seconds ticking off the clock on this penalty. And up to the Tornadoes, as that is Alm, I believe. Alm tries to get past and settled by Booth. Booth bringing it up as she's alone with Ellie Hennis. Sends it back down and sent around by Van Engelen. Comes
8
up
seconds.
to Risen. Reinholtz. And the penalty expires. Good kill, but there was some positives that came out of as far as the Tornadoes go. Had one really nice offensive opportunity, but again, not scoring on that power play. Here comes Lauer. Lauer, the fourth liner, kind of whips it around. Good movement by her, and then here comes Ansler. Tries to get it past the Maeda and not able to control back on the blue line by Francois. And sent down. The Royals are definitely, their forecheck is definitely out. As soon as that gets out of their zone, they're able to really try to get into the defenseman's grill.
Yeah, they do a really good job of that, Jim.
Maeda will settle it, tries to get it up to the blue line. That's up to Omi. Omi with Kristoff. Kristoff is able to cut that off, and then it's sent up and settled again nicely by Bailey. Bailey's back on line with Van Engel. And now Hall. Hall brings it back. Not in a hurry to get it up. The Royals lead 2-0. About 4 minutes remaining. Hall again with it. Taylor Hall looking over Avery Achterkirk, and that one saved. Another nice play by Booth to get that rebound. That rebound was right out front. Moore with a shot. That saves by Bachman. That's a third nice save in close range. Another tip by the Tornadoes, not able to get it through as Olsen was right there trying to tip that little shot up front.
Abby Moore showed a little something there.
Yeah, she
had
did.
Some good speed going up the ice, and then she puts a nice move on. Gets a good scoring opportunity. Once again, Bachman making the save.
Yeah, Bachman solid so far. Here comes the Royals. Moore dumps it over to Sandberg. Sandberg jousting on with Barnacle. And that comes back around, able to get it out from behind as Maeda was there holding it, saved by Pavrud as they try to go short side. Taken away by Sandberg, right out in front, and deflected off of Booth.
Booth's made a couple of nice defensive plays, clearing one from in front of the net, also taking that one off the shin pad there, blocking the shot. So nice job by number 8 out there for Anoka.
Pass out front, nice pass out front. That one's just wide as Sandberg was looking for her second goal. Now the center is opening up for the Royals and creating a couple of opportunities. Amsler over skates it, kept in by Barron, but Barron skates it in offsides. 2-0 right now. The Tornadoes are down to these Royals.
You were right on it, Jim. It's opening up in the middle there. Anoka has to have that wing come down and pick up that center who's standing in that slot area. Instead, they're sitting out on those points that Rogers isn't using very much. The dangerous person's that person down in the slot. So if a defender can't get out to her, those wings got to collapse and go and get her.
Not a Hall of Fame coach there's a Hall of Fame coach for a reason. And that was great description as Francois gets it up to to Barron. And that's kept in. Again, it seems like those beginnings of those breakouts are just, those passes are just missing. That one going to go down and icing is waved.
Rogers doing a nice job of pinching.
Yep.
You know, they're pinching down and making it difficult on Anoka. Nice job holding the puck in there by Anoka.
Francois able to hold it on. And that's Barron. Barron tries to throw it right on net, get the puck deep. And breakout now for the Rogers. Rogers whips it down, stopped right at the blue line. Francois again. And Messer was bracketed by a couple of Anoka skaters, but was able to get it out. And kept in out front for Reinholtz. Reinholtz was tied up by the defense of the Royals. Bailey now with the puck. Stops. Forecheck trying to get that puck back for the Tornadoes. Coming up is Miller. Miller dumps it, and the Royals will make a full change for both the front and the back. 1 minute left in this first period. 2-0 the Royals. It has been a nice couple of goals as Engel kept in. Here's Moore. Moore with the shot, goes off the pipe. Excellent play. You mentioned Moore earlier that she had some hops. She did there too. And here comes Omi. Omi stopped right at the line by Ali Hennis.
Bachman sat right on that post and used it to her advantage, but there was nothing to shoot at there. Bachman right on the post.
Pavrou gives up a rebound off a glove that kind of hit the thumb of the glove and fell out. Now down to 22 seconds. And here comes Hall. Hall skating on her forehand. That goes off the blocker. Lands on the top of the windows and right behind Pavrou. And now kept in. 4 seconds left. Pass out front, tied up by Francois nicely. As Ava Johansson was trying to get free, and Francois wasn't letting it. So at the end of the first period, we've got the Royals up 2-0 on the Tornadoes. Pete, your thoughts on this first period?
Well, it's been pretty wide open. You know, I've been impressed with both teams. They get up and down the ice. I know one thing about Anoka, they're not going to quit. So we've got a couple more periods of good hockey coming our way.
And we'll be back for second period action after the intermission here from the Anoka Ice Arena. Once again, Royals up 2-0.
started playing hockey, I remember in elementary school bringing home a flyer for Learn to Play Hockey. I gave it to my dad. He had no idea what's hockey. So I started playing hockey. Growing up, played hockey at Anoka here all through my youth career. I played high school hockey at Anoka High School. After high school hockey, I played a year of junior hockey. When that finished, I got a phone call from the current high school hockey coach. That started into a 15-year career of helping coach high school hockey. When I first started coaching, a position opened up here at the ice rink. The manager asked, "Hey, we got a position open. I see you're here every day. Are you interested in working at the ice arena?" Just started as a job, and then it turned into a career. The exciting news that I received recently was I've been asked to help work on an ice crew for figure skating and short track speed skating in Pyeongchang in the Winter Olympics. Well, it came to be through a lot of the relationships I've made within this profession, and I like to think it's because I'm good at what I do. He'll be providing driving the ice resurfacer, maintaining the ice, building some rinks, starting from scratch, making ice. I'm excited to see some of the events that I'll be providing ice surfaces for. I know up close figure skating at that Olympic level is amazing to watch. It's very exciting. I'm really looking forward to it.
Peterson Shoes in Anoka has been a staple of the community for over a century, and this winter they are making sure that everyone has the footwear they need for these cold months.
Well, Peterson Shoes, the beginning of the store was in the 1880s. We were originally across the street. It was founded by a family, their last name was Gillespie, and it was purchased by, would be my husband's grandparents in, we believe, around 1940, and it's been in Anoka for quite some time, and we decided to get involved. We've always been involved in the community and doing different things and giving to charities and things like that, so this just seemed like a really good fit for us, being that it was collecting shoes, and often our customers ask, you know, if we recycle or take things that maybe don't fit them anymore, so it was just a good way to put those two together. So we are partnering with the City of Anoka, and we are accepting gently used footwear that will be donated to the Souls for Souls charity, and you can drop any of those off here at Peterson Shoes, which is at 209 East Main Street in Anoka, and we will be accepting donations through the end of December. We may decide to do this and continue it on, but for right now we're just going to go through the end of December. So any gently used shoes would be greatly appreciated, and those will go to help relieve poverty at different charities around the world. They accept everything. They will even accept mismated shoes or single pairs of shoes, because often there are people, you know, amputees and things that need, you know, just one shoe. So they're accepting everything. It started on Saturday. There was the city recycling event, so they were collecting there. I believe they collected 160 pounds of shoes there. We probably collected around 100 here, and that was just, you know, the initial kickoff. So like I said, we'll be going through December, and there have been a lot of people bringing things in, you know, individual pairs as well as, you know, whole bags full of things. So it just depends on what you have. A lot of people deciding they're going to clean out their closet, and you know, things that they can no longer use or don't fit them anymore are a great thing to donate.
In store on December 5th, there will be an Ice Bug Winter Boots demonstration with a drawing to win a free pair of boots and ice studs. A great chance to learn about the new winter footwear that's perfect for these icy days ahead.
Well, one thing I'd love to mention is that we were, again, for the second year in a row, we were elected Best Shoe Store in Minnesota by the Minneapolis Star-Tribune, so we're very proud of that. That was just announced on Monday. So thank you all for voting, but we do our best to provide for our customers and give great customer service and great products.
Hi. Can I get the Now Bar, please?
No problem. $1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hi, can I get a Now Bar, please?
$1.
Thanks.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, let me get a Now Bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
You got it.
How's it going? Can I get a Now Bar?
Hey, stop right there! Get down on the ground! Out of your car, right? Get down! Over your head!
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Hey, we're back here at the Anoka Area Ice Arena. So far, Rogers lighting up the scoreboard. A recap from the first period. 2 goals. That one right there, sitting right behind as McKenna Sandberg was able to get that passed on the goal. I'm sorry, this is Sandberg's goal. That backhand, what a wicked backhand. You can see nice dangle in between. Nobody for Anoka picks her up, and she's able to get in. Nice give and go. Power play for Anoka. Give and go between Ansler and Hennis. Hennis rifles one right off the glove and saved by Bachman. Bachman only had 6 shots, but they were quality starts. If we could have a chance to look at the stats from that first period. And Pete, the one that matters the most is the one down on the third line, goals.
Yeah, that's for sure. And Rogers has a couple of them. Shots, those 6-6, and Anoka's had some good opportunities, so they're far from out of this game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And really the Bachman, Alex Bachman, who comes in with a 868 save percentage, 100% tonight, and has looked the part of one of their solid goaltenders that we had mentioned before. Gretchen Padrud came in. She's 0-2-1, looking for her first win. She gave up 2 goals on 6 assists. Only one penalty to the Royals. And we saw some good action on the penalty or the power play for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, Anoka got it into the zone. That's the big thing, getting into the zone.
Yeah, yes.
And they got it in, controlling the puck, moved the puck pretty well. I think Hannes had a pretty good opportunity for Anoka. So if they can get back on that power play, they're going to be okay. But I know, like I said at the end of the first period, Anoka's got a bunch of young kids, kids who played against these kids from Rogers, and they're going to go till the final whistle. So, the next goal is a big one for Anoka, to be honest with you, because they've only scored 5 goals this season, in 7 games, or what is it, 5 in
5 games.
5 games, yeah. Yep. So they're not a high-scoring team, so you do not want to get behind 3-0, especially against a goalie like they're up against tonight.
Yeah, we've got the look at the Northwest Suburban standings early in the season right now. Centennial, Spring Lake Park, we got to see them on Tuesday against Anoka. A really deep team, young to old, very, very solid. They're 6-1. Their only loss to Maple Grove. Maple Grove 6-0. Andover, returning state champion, 6-1. Blaine 4-2-1. Elk River, they're under 500, but really a strong team in Rogers. I mean, you look at that right there, Pete, and you've got 6 teams that could probably be in the top 10.
Right, and you have Rogers down there at 6. They're 3-2, but their 2 losses are to the number 1 and number 2 team in the state, I think. If Edina's still up there, Edina and Andover. So they're not afraid to play the competition, and you're going to hear about them come the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. That Section 5 is very solid, and the Royals are part of it, along with Centennial, Maple Grove, and I heard some good things about Champlain Park, Coon Rapids this year too, as they've been defensively a solid team for. And we're underway here. Puck is dropped, and we have the Royals breaking it out. Georgia Francois will go back and connect with the Royals. That's stolen right off the back by Sandberg. Sandberg, boy, she's got some speed. Just fell off her stick with this resurfaced ice. Mackenzie Moore throws it up to Hall, and taken away by Rickley. Yeah, Ansler now with it, comes in, skates around one, tries to get to her backhand, and that one taken away by Hall.
I like hearing Francois. Feels like we're up in Montreal. Doing the Montreal Canadiens.
The Royals try to keep it in. And Abby Moore, or Barron right there, trying to get it through. That one's kept in by the Royals. And then taken away. Dangerous pass right through the center. And Kristoff trying to get it out. Cannot. Again, the Royals forecheck fierce right now. And finally able to get it out and settled by Sydney Bailey. Bailey works it up, and that will drop back behind. Stopped by Gretchen Pavrud. And she freezes the puck. It's smart, as 2 Royals were bearing down, and both teams will switch up on both sides.
Yeah, the Anoka players are out there for a good minute, so nice job of the goaltender to freeze that puck. Both these teams moving up and down the ice here again to start this second period, knowing that next goal is a big one.
Hector Kurt wins the draw, goes back to the point. That one ricochets off a Tornado, and then ricochets again off a Tornado. And pinned up against the board by both teams. Able to get past, and I believe that is Moore trying to get it around. And out finally. Royals putting on some pressure, not necessarily, we're taking ice right now, not necessarily some offensive opportunities, but they're keeping it in the zone.
Yeah, they do a nice job of that. They have a couple of good forward lines. That 1 and 2 line for for Rogers. It's tough to contend with for Anoka right now. I think for Anoka, the thing we want to do here in the second period too is get as many pucks to the net as they can, and as many people to the net as they can. Have to try to screen Bachman, get one by her.
Clocker with it. Tries to get around, gets it over to Booth, settled down, and then taking it by the Royals. Achterkirk back around, sends it out, and now the Royals with Bailey. Sydney Bailey skating through a couple of tornadoes. And taken now away by Olsen. Achterkirk now, good stick handling. You saw a little bit of that in that first period. Again, she's got bracketed by two tornadoes and taken away as the tornadoes start whipping it through.
You know, it's tough in girls hockey when you get someone like Achterkirk. You can't check them. You know, you got to teach your girls how to take the stick away, because you can't check them. And you always say, you know, look them in the sternum and knock them down in boys hockey. But in girls hockey, you can't do that.
No, you cannot. Erica Maeda brings it out sitting right on the blue line as Booth pushes it through. Allie Hennis there again. And then it kept around by Reichela and tripped over the end line. Shot and goal by Moore. What a great pass out front. And Moore was sitting right there waiting. I believe that was Reichela.
Yeah, Reichel. She passed it from the back. One of the Rogers players fell down, gave him the opportunity. She got her head up, didn't bring it from out and back. Saw Moore coming down the slot, and Moore's had some opportunities tonight. She put it in the back of the twine.
Well, you had mentioned the next goal for Anoka was most important, and they were able to get it past. And Bachman, who's been excellent so far tonight, was handcuffed in that low slot by that shot by Moore.
That was a great shot by Moore on the ice, right inside the post. Great shot by Moore, the sophomore. It's game on now.
Yeah, you can see a little energy coming through, and there is a ice as a stretch pass. We'll take a look at the last goal.
Yeah, Rickley behind the net. Watch the Rogers defender. She falls down, loses an edge right there. So it gives it to Rickley, and she puts it to Moore, and Moore says, hello.
And Moore could really have 3 goals so far. That could have been a hat trick with the couple of opportunities she's had. That one, like you mentioned, great finish. As the Amsler tries to get it out front. That's taken away by Achterkirk.
Amsler tried to go back door there.
Omi back down around. Slows. Patient. Pass around the end boards. Gets away, and it kept in, comes off the boards funny and controlled by the Royals. Achterkirk throws it back around, nobody there. Open wing, Francois keeps it, and that's kept in by the Royals. Pass out front, and nice save by Pavrud. That one right off the pads. And Almeida now tries to get it through.
Reese Christoph saved the goal right there. She came back on a back check. That puck was laying there for Rogers, and she knocked it out.
Christoph solid out front. That one gets past through the end line. Royals are buzzing right now. You can see that you feel the energy on the ice just jump up about 10 notches after that goal.
Yeah, it's funny. You think your team has the adrenaline going when you get that goal, but it's amazing how a team who on paper is better, all of a sudden they go, we better get going.
Yes. Clocker sends it out. Here's Rogers, saved by Pavrud right into the gut. No rebound that time. It's a hard shot by McKenna Sandberg, who's scored her 2nd goal of the season in the first period.
Yeah, nice save there by Anoka, keeping the score at 2-1. I've always said, Jim, in girls hockey you need good goaltending and you need a big goal scorer.
Yeah.
You know, and I think Rogers has that, and Anoka's missing that big goal scorer. They have some young girls who are going to have an opportunity to be good goal scorers, but they're not right now to the level that you have to know you can go in and win every game.
Reichela on the faceoff, gets it over to Booth. Booth sends it back around, trying to get it through Clocker, and kept out front. Kept in and then sent out back down to Moore. Mackenzie Moore tries to get through. Ellie Hennis, who's can be reckless. Here's Rickla. She slows it. Good decision as she was against 1-on-4. Now the rest of the Tornadoes kind of come in. Ellie Hennis looks around. Barron gets it stolen away by Ameda. Now here comes the Royals. And Barnacle pass that went just past the skater before she entered. So offside. 10:54, 2-1 right now. Royals up on the Tornadoes. Tornadoes are on a comeback right now.
Yeah, that was a big goal. We talked about that earlier. So Anoka feeling like we're right in this game, and they are.
Ansler pestering Royal skater, now taken back as Omi tries to get it out front. Right out front, and that's a nice save. That kind of popped up and Pavrud able to juggle it and lands right in the glove as Avery Achterkirk right there again.
She had to lean back. Here's a look at it. Pops out of the glove, and it might have gone in if she wouldn't have grabbed it there, but grabbed that one. Still 2-1.
That one gets past. Here comes Anoka. Barron with it. Passes out front, and nice defensive play by Sydney Bailey. Bailey able to get it aside. Now brings it up. Gets it past. Now she's on a break. Looking out front. Pad save. And off the crossbar. Rebound came right out to Bailey, going right off the crossbar.
Yeah, that was the inside of the crossbar, Jim. That wasn't just the crossbar. Tenth of an inch, and that thing was at the back of the net.
That was a beautiful run up front. Defensive play by Sydney Bailey on the defense end, and then she brings it all the way up, goes coast to coast, and just about lights the lamp. You can see right here, Pete. Save initially off the pad.
Oh.
Yeah, they're going to need some paint for that.
Yeah, great opportunity there for Rogers to get that 2-goal lead back. Logan Sivox, the new coach for Anoka in his first year. This would be a big win for Logan if he can come away with it. A lot of work to do, though.
Absolutely. Really just that getting that offense going. He's got the defensive principles in place. He's got to make sure that we can enter in the offense. As Botno throws it back down, out there along with Olsen. And here comes Sheriff. Dropped it back. And a save by Pavrud. Neuenberg up there. I haven't seen a whole lot of this line so far. The Royals have been playing with basically 2 lines tonight.
You know, we talk about Logan trying to build his program up, and the number one thing is you have to get kids who believe in you and kids who are going to go to work for you. And it seems like they really go to work for him right now, so that's a good thing.
Had a chance to have a couple of conversations. This is my 3rd game that I've done with the Tornadoes, and what a refreshing young man. He's definitely got the players in mind, along with trying to build the program.
Then he has Rebecca Shields with her, an Andover gal. He used to play at Andover, and Shelby Sandstrom, Christian Manthe. So he's got a good staff.
Absolutely. And tonight we've had a couple of shots as the Royals try to break out. A couple of shots of all of the youth players, girl youth players, and wonderful to watch, see the youth teams here for Anoka tonight.
Yeah, there's a really nice crowd in here.
Yep. Royals trying to get it past, backhand, set back to the point, shot. That goes off Ellie Hennis and comes out. Being pestered by the goal scorer Moore. That goes off her stick. Taken by Sydney Bailey. Bailey, my apologies, Sandberg now will take it and bring it back. Bailey now will take it. Bachman slows the puck. Ansler. When I say pester, that is really her. She's good at that forecheck. Johannesson sends it off of Francois. Gets it back. Save again by Pavrud. Pavrud has been looking the part of that goalie that we've seen in the past. That one goes right over the stick. Into the corner comes out. Ansler tries to get it out. Kept in by the Royals. Action Kirk circles around, showing off that stick handling ability again. Waiting for somebody to get free out front. Had Hall out front. Just missed it, looking for Hall again. That one goes off a skate and comes out. Here comes Leah Ansler. Ansler can't get it past Mackenzie Moore. Settled. Taylor Hall tries to get it. Kept in by Kristoff. Ella Kristoff. And Hall steals that from her back pocket. Coming back out now is Omi. Omi looking out front, has Action Kirk with it. Circles around. Back to Action Kirk. And good battle by Booth and Action Kirk. That one comes out. Anoka needs a change, and they get it. Botno out there now for the Tornadoes. Stopped by Pavrud. Pressure immediately by the Royals on the forecheck. Booth's able to kick it out. Olsen tries to get it around. And now kept in again. Pass right out in front, and that's a save by Pavrud again. Johannesson looked for her second goal, the captain.
Not a whole lot of whistles here in this, this period. Both teams up and down the ice.
Barnacle and Sandberg and Johannesson, really good line.
Yeah, they really are. And Rogers is starting to get more of the pressure here. They're starting to take the game over a little bit more since Anoka scored that goal. Anoka had another one or two good chances, but Rogers has possession in the offensive zone quite a bit more than Anoka at this time. So Anoka's going to try to see if they can get one here, get out of the period. They don't want to still be down by 2 going into that third.
Trying to get it out, and is Anoka. You mentioned they've been on the defensive play for most of this period, especially the last 5 minutes, as we had under 6 minutes in this period, left in this period. Kept in. Nice backhand that was stripped away by the Tornadoes. Mackenzie Moore looks out front and able to take it. Abby Moore gets poke checked away by a stick from Moore. Moore to Moore.
Yeah, that's where you wanted to see Moore get that puck into the zone. They had a player right on her. She was tired. Get that puck in, get off the ice, and
Messer throws it back down for the Royals, and that comes back out. Barron gives chase. Kept in by Bailey. Bailey, nice little saucer pass up to Neuenberg. Came around and kept in. Sydney Bailey again with a shot. That one's pad save away. Miller was sitting on the doorstep that jumped her stick.
You know, in your pregame report that you gave me, their coach talked about Sydney Bailey. She's good.
Yeah.
Sophomore defenseman. She's the one who clanged that one off the pipe, I think, here earlier. And she shows a little bit of speed. She's not afraid to rush the puck, which is always good in girls hockey. So she's one you're going to have to watch here in the future, number 5 for Rogers.
Yeah, she absolutely looks good. We got a live look in here right now of wrestling, Coon Rapids against Andover. Andover up 27-4 on Coon Rapids, courtesy of CTN. It is on currently on QCTV Plus, one of our other networks. So coming back, Booth with the shot, deflected wide as Ella Kristoff throws it back out. Amsler right out front tries to feed the slot, nobody home. And Sheriff is able to get it out for the Royals. Nice opportunity, just couldn't get it, that person right in the slot, but puck was deep there for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, good opportunity for Anoka there to even this thing up. Tell you what, Booth is back there doing some spinoramas. She's kind of looking like Chris Chelios back there. Now you see me, now you don't. I've been impressed with number 8 for Anoka too.
Got backhand right now. Actor Kirk tries to turn around. Looked like she didn't feel comfortable with that backhand. Goes to the forehand. There's a shot that goes off the glove of Pavrud. as Taylor Hall tries to get one past the glove side. Kept in by Hall again. Hall tries to get it past, and a nice goal. Sitting out front was Olivia Omi, and Hall gets it right to her as she's eyeing on the back door. That's a good goal. 3-1 Royals.
That is a good goal by Rogers as she came out of the corner. Wasn't going to stuff the puck in, so she passed it out in front through the legs of the keeper, and we're back to 3-1, and here's another look at it.
You're wondering, discussion happening right now. They have called it a good goal. Sitting right there, looks like she's kind of sitting in the crease.
Yeah, there's no instant replay here,
No,
though.
there isn't. But, so 3-1 lead now for the Royals on the goal from Omi. And that will be a Taylor Hall assist, who had a nice chance initially.
Yeah, that pressure by Rogers is paying off. Problem there was the Anoka defender swung and missed coming out of the corner instead of just staying up even with her and bodying up. But she took a swing, and Rogers went right by and put that one in the back of the net.
Ochtenkirk got the second assist. So 25 from 8 and 10. 3 minutes and 13 seconds left. Another chance for Omi. Omi just about got her second goal in less than a minute.
Anoka's going to try to put a little pressure on here, see if they can get that second goal back.
Haymaker back there. Right out front again. There was Hall, and put up against the boards. And that one goes right over as diving in was McKenna Sandberg. That stick hit the puck and just went right over the net. Sandberg and Haymaker, and will have a penalty.
I'm not sure who they're calling this one on. Looks like both of them are going to go. Haymaker for Anoka, and 16 it looks like for Johansson.
Johansson will go. So both
couple of roughs.
Got a little physical in the corner. We don't see that very often.
I thought they were going to call one against Anoka right before that. I think the official said I better call something now. So take control of the game. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's good. I would have never been upset about anything like that.
Yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't.
They'd be hearing my voice over the QCTV broadcast right now, probably.
We need that 7-second delay, I would assume. Well, we're skating 5-on-5 with the two, I guess I don't even know if we call them coincidental minors anymore, but two minor penalties right at the same time. Shot right off, and looks like that went off the blocker pad of Pavrud. As Lauren Barnacle had a nice shot right from the slot. That one goes and whistles down, and icing waved off. Barron with Ansler back there.
Here she comes.
And Sydney Hall. Or Sydney Bailey. Now brings it down, dumps it down. She'll go off for a change. Under 2 minutes now. Hamaker sends it back to Barron. Barron able to get it out of the zone. Amsler gives chase along with Kristoff. Able to push it up. Locker tries to keep it. Pinned up against the boards was Botno. Like you mentioned, both these teams are still battling it out right now. Here comes Reinhold. Reinhold's with the shot, goes right into the glove. Easy save, nice vision. But we're down to 1 minute and 11 seconds remaining in this period.
Yeah, they need to take the view away of the goalie right there. She's going to stop that shot, but pretty good velocity there by Reinholtz. And Reinholtz is the daughter of Justin Reinholtz, who coached boys hockey here until this past season at Anoka for a few years.
She's got a little blood in her, right?
Got a little blood. Jared Reinholtz, the head coach who played for the Gophers, her uncle. So, yeah, there's a little blood there. I'm sure Grandpa and Grandma are up there someplace screaming.
Hamacher sends it around. I think, wasn't one of the Reinholds part of that 2003
National championship? Well, football team.
But the hockey team here?
No,
Okay.
Jared graduated in 98. I believe we took second to Duluth East that year.
Okay. At the old St. Paul Civic Center, we're now down to 25 seconds. Hennis throws it back around. Rikla tries to send it back, and that's taken by Moore. Moore cycles it up. Gets in by Ohm. Ohm with a nice shot. That goes off a pad. And down to 5 seconds. Right out front, Rikla couldn't control the puck, and that'll be the end of the second period. Both teams score one apiece and brings the score to 3-1. Coach, defensively, both teams tightened it up, but we've got 17 minutes left in this game. Tornadoes desperately need a couple goals.
Yeah, I wouldn't go anyplace because Anoka's had a few good opportunities, so they're still right in this thing, so stick around.
We'll be back for third period action after these messages, and 3-1 right now. Rogers over to the Tornadoes.
I'm Allison Griffith. I am the owner of Allison's Petite Pastries here in Ramsey, Minnesota. We have been open for 2 months now, and it's been going amazing thanks to the wonderful community of Ramsey. One of my specialty things that I have here are called petite gâteaux. It's kind of hard to pronounce, but it's a petite gâteau, so it means little cake in French. It is essentially a mousse element, something crunchy into it, a fruit element, a fruit curd, different elements like that create this thing. And what it is it's meant for like one person kind of thing. So with the petite, making things cute and tiny, but I also wanted to go for like the more individualized desserts. So behind me you can see all of the gorgeous petite gâteaux that I have. I kind of do a little play on different things, like there is like a brownie in there called Out of This World Brownie. It's amazing. It's the best brownie. Double chocolate, layer of fudge, layer of ganache, and then my favorite little cosmic sprinkles on top too. So it's something familiar for the city and for people around here to kind of familiarize themselves with. And then I've got my cheesecake, which is like, I will die with that recipe. It's the best cheesecake. I can turn any person who does not like cheesecake, after they try mine, they're hooked. My dad is requesting this year a French silk pie for Christmas, so we will definitely be doing that. The cookie boxes will be back with the 2 different sizes. Great for company parties, great for just having all the neighbor kids out in your yard making a bunch of snowmen and then having some cookies for them as well. The nice thing about those is we'll have kind of, the macaroons in there too for a nice gluten-free option as well. We'll have kind of our classic pack. Obviously my favorite Linzer cookies will be in there as well too. We'll just have kind of tons of stuff. We'll always have case cakes in there and cake pops that are themed. I literally can't wait to turn this bakery from Thanksgiving to Christmas in like a couple hours. So I'm very excited about that. The community has been absolutely incredible. I could not believe it. I literally, the days leading up to grand opening day, I was like, nobody's gonna show up. Nobody's gonna show up. They don't know who I am. It was absolutely incredible. Every time I popped my head up here looking, I got tears in my eyes because I was like, I can't believe this many people want to come and support me, and it's been insane. They've supported me at my house. They've supported me since I've opened. I've heard a lot of positive feedback from the community saying that they just love having a bakery in their town, and that's all I wanted to do ever since I was a kid, was to bring the first bakery to my hometown. And with Ramsey, they've been so awesome and so supportive and so just 10 out of 10 of a community. I couldn't have asked for a better community. There's no other city I'd want to put them in.
Ramsey area. I was able to catch up with the owners Ethan and Jess Pratt, the same owners who brought Ambi Wine Bar to downtown Anoka, to learn more about their story and goals with their new business venture.
When we opened Ambi Wine Bar, we wanted to create a one-of-a-kind, just unique experience that really focused on the ambiance. You know, over the last year and a half, we welcomed the birth of our daughter, Isabel, last summer 2021, and with her birth we wanted to continue to extend what we were doing with Ambi, but focus on new moments, more moments that were centered around family, places that we could take our daughter. And with that came the creation of Mrs. Ice Cream and Soda Pop Shop.
We'd like to think that we offer a different type of experience here. We like to incentivize people staying and enjoying the ambiance. So one of the questions that we'll ask you when you come in to order is if you would like it for here or to go. And if you say for here, we'll put it in a lovely glass dish or cup for you. And it really just kind of helps with the whole experience, tying it all together. It's part of great moments. So if you are having a glass like this, you're gonna feel that you can stay a little bit longer. You know, we're designing the dining floor for that experience. You know, just really slow down, take your time. We don't want anybody to feel rushed, and having a stay glass item is part of that, as opposed to just a paper cup that typically people are used to getting in other ice cream shops.
As soon as you walk into Mrs. for the first time, you'll see just how inviting it is to stay, enjoy the moment, and the 1950s atmosphere.
With this space, we've been looking to really focus on the experience. As you can see behind me, we've got an old retro dining car where it feels more like you know, your classic 1950s diner. And in that space, we're looking to host events, and so we'll be adding events to our event calendar now that we've passed our grand opening. And within that, you know, we'll be exploring things like movies for large groups, potentially reserving the space for larger groups, and you know, allowing people to entertain groups as they see best fit.
But of course, the main attraction is the ice cream and soda. And much like Ambi Wine Bar, the options are plentiful with different combinations of ice cream, cookies, and soda to enjoy together. It would be hard not to try something different each time you visit.
So right now on the line we have 12 options of premium hard scooped ice cream, and then we also offer 4 options of gelato, which is Italian ice cream. We're excited to see the trends that are coming in for what people are ordering. We had a lot of milkshakes be ordered, so that gives us incentive to maybe make those a little bit more specialty and fun. I'm personally really excited about our cookie sandwich line that we have. We have a fantastic one that is really surprising to people. It's a lemon cooler cookie with a blueberry cheesecake ice cream, and so it's just different. It goes outside of that classic, you know, cookie, chocolate chip cookie dough with just vanilla ice cream. So kind of, you know, pushing those boundaries of all the possibilities, but yet we can still leave the imagination for them to create their own too.
What we try to do is have about, you know, 12 to 15 or so ice cream and soda pops both on the list, and the thought is to make it fun, playful, and drive discovery, just like with the wine bar, just like with Ambi Wine Bar. We're always trying to help people find their next favorite.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. Every day he's hungry for something. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then it kind of starts to work itself out.
The ice arena is getting an upgrade. We are taking the floor, we've ripped it out, and today we're pouring the new floor back. So you have a lot going on, a lot of people out there, but really this is kind of the end of what's been about a 2-month process to get it ready for putting the new concrete floor in. 2 months, we start with ripping the old floor out, and then we excavate, put new soil back. We put in a subfloor system that keeps frost from going down. That'll keep the new floor from lifting up. put in a layer of insulation, a bunch of tubing, and then top it with the concrete.
It's starting to get real busy with construction, redoing our refrigeration room, mechanical room with a brand new refrigeration plant. We did pour concrete on our other floor in June. We replaced that floor, and it's been a flurry of activity and construction going on. So the Anoka Ice Arena is used by the local youth hockey associations in the area that we promote youth hockey, youth skating. We do dry floor activities as far as turf, so we promote turf use for indoor lacrosse, indoor soccer, and other youth groups.
This has really elevated the ability for Anoka to have, and the high school, in conjunction with the city of Ramsey and Andover, etc., to have a great place to play hockey in. And we're excited as a city to be able to help the ice arena in procuring the funds they needed to get these 2 new rinks put into place. It just means a lot. It's just another piece of the puzzle that makes Anoka a great place to live, to do business in, and to come and recreate in also.
We are back. Rogers up 3-1, and Coach, we just saw that last segment, and you had mentioned before we see the recap, you had mentioned that we actually had her curling over there for.
We did do curling over there. My Phi Ed class had bring them over from the high school. Phi Ed teacher there, and it's a fun game.
Oh, it's awesome. That's great. Hey, let's take a look at the recap so far from the second period. Again, good goaltending. But right here, great pass out front. Abby Moore scores her second goal of the season as it was a beautiful pass out front by the Tornadoes. Answered, not yet, but the Gretchen Padwood looked great out front. This one, look at here, nice save again, right off Art Achterkirch. And then right here, Sydney Bailey with a couple of nice shots. We saw some great play from here. Hall out front looking for Omi. Omi with a backdoor slider. And that goes into a 3-1 lead for the Royals. Let's take a look at the stats here, Coach.
Yeah, we guessed on shots, and I was way off. I believe it was 13-5. Is that right, Jim, that last period?
Yeah, 13-5, as you can see right there. Penalty minutes, really clean game really so far tonight. Shots on goal dominated right now by the Royals. Let's take a look at the keys of the game once again. And Coach, as we go into the third period, what would you change and what would you put out?
Well, I'll tell you, Rogers scoring that power play goal. You know, we talk about special teams. Anoka had a good power play. Rogers needs to stay out of the box because Anoka looked pretty good on the power play. But I think the biggest thing, Jim, is Anoka needs to get people in front of the Rogers goalkeeper, because when she sees things, she makes the saves. So they got to make sure that when they get those opportunities, there's people. You know, they had one of those that last period, but they need to make sure people get to the front of the net, put as many pucks on her as possible, and see if he can get something to go in. Yeah, absolutely. And so both teams back out here. Take a look at Alex Bachman. And then we also, you had mentioned the skaters that are going to colleges that have already committed for Rogers, and a pretty impressive list, as we've got a couple of skaters and coming to their Bemidji State. Yeah, that's a D1 school right there.
As I'm not organized for this, as I talk, Avery Achterkirk will be going there to Bemidji State. Sacred Heart and Lauren Larson, the goalie that's backing up tonight. We're not even seeing her. She's going to Sacred Heart. And then we've got a couple going to UW Eau Claire. Sandberg and Johannes. Both of them heading to Eau Claire, which is a good, solid hockey school as well. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, you're playing college hockey in the state of Minnesota. You're a good hockey player, and both of them will do well there. You mentioned first-year coach Logan Seibach there as we had a chance, and we're underway here in the third period. Anoka, a little bit of desperation coming right out of the box as they come right out. Had to get that out. Royals thwart it. And McKenna Sandberg now 3-on-1, passed out front, looking for Barnacle. Barnacle couldn't control that pass, and that went off to the side, but great opportunity coming right out of the locker room. And pass out front, taken away by Ellie Hennis. Hennis over to Moore. Moore right from the red line, gets past, drops it, and they'll put 3 new skaters out.
Boy, there was a great opportunity there for Rogers to put this thing to bed. But Anoka dodges the bullet. They're still going.
Kristoff up to Booth, and that's kept in. Sandberg came in. Sandberg, both skaters hit the ice. And kept in again by Bailey. And taken away again by Achtenkirk. Achtenkirk with a backhand. That one's patted away by Pavarud. Olivia Ohm, goal scorer, in there with her line mate Taylor Hall. Taken away by Hall. Reverses ice. Back to Omi. Omi takes it, looks out front. Nothing there. Goes back to the point. Drops it for Van Engenberg. And taken away. And kept in again by Omi. Omi. This line's been pretty deadly this last period and a half.
Yeah, when you're a top 10 team like Rogers, you get in that locker room between periods and you're only up 3-1.
Nice save out front by Pavarud. Nice little give and go. They worked that give and go from the corner a couple of times. That one, Omi tried to pinch it under the pad of Pavarud. Not going to happen.
Yeah, another nice save. Keeper. But like I was saying, when you're only up 3-1, you try to challenge your team and say, let's go. I mean, we need to put this thing away. It's too doggone close, and we do not want to lose to this team. But Anoka's hanging in there, and they'll continue to work hard.
This third line out here for the Royals right now. Scherf sends it down. Pinching in is Maida. And sends it around as Laura Ohm tries to get it out. Battle behind the net. Olsen now gets it. And taken away by Alexa Scherf. Pass out front, stick back behind by Pavarud. Francois tries to keep it. Ryan Holtz tries to muscle it out, and able to pin it against the boards. And that one's taken away. Settled again by Eric Maeda.
Francois tried to bring the puck back out in front, and Ohm said, no, we're going this way. It was almost like she was going to push it out in front, and she goes, nah, I don't think so.
Ellie Hennis with it, 1-on-3. Taken away by Van Engel. Kept out more right in front. Goal scored. Nice goal by Kendall Rikla. And Rikla with a assist going to Moore. I believe that was Moore in the corner, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Moore. Moore made the play on that one. Slid it across. They deposit it in the back of the net. And it is game on with 13:54. You know, Rogers comes out, puts all the pressure on. Anoka gets one opportunity, puts it away. It's a strange game.
Yeah, Moore has really played an outstanding game tonight, as she has been all over the place. And this line of Rikla, Hennis, and Moore have been really solid. Barron now keeps it in. She keeps that forecheck and pressure on. Stolen by Ansler. Ansler now sticks it back. Shot, save, and that one comes out to the side. Kristoff tries to get it elevated. That one hits the pad of Backman and sent back. Francois keeps it in. And Rogers is able to get it out. And Olsen throws it back down. Actually, that was Ohm. Throws it back down. Francois chases.
Anoka putting a little bit of pressure on after getting that second goal here.
Barron to Ansler. Taken away by Barnacle. Barnacle and Barron pinned up against the bench. Now taken away by Olivia Omi. Right out front, and that's pass just too far for Hall and pulled back into the corner. Now taken up by Ohm. Ohm by herself. Rifles one, and that one goes just to wide, near side. And definitely some jump in the step of the Tornadoes right now. As energy level again has elevated.
Yeah, Layla Ohms, nice rush up the pipe there for Anoka. Gets a good wrist shot off, just misses the net. But Anoka's defense is going to have to get involved a little bit here. Give him a little bit better offensive punch.
Olsen misses Reinholtz, and that one saved. I don't know if she thought it was going, had a chance to be an ice, but right on net. Bachman freezes it. Another opportunity for a offensive face-off for the Tornadoes.
I always cringed as a coach when they'd go down with their glove like that. You know how many I've seen go in?
Yeah, it's scary. You want to have as much as you can and use that stick and pad and everything else out in front. Keep your body. Don't open up any holes. Ricklet sends it back around. Bachman falls down, jumps back up. Ellie Hennis now with a forecheck. Ricklet with her in the back. That one comes out. Now Johansson throws it up, and that one jumps the stick of Booth. Booth almost gets pickpocketed there as that top line with speed comes around. Now Ellie Hennis. Anoka on a change right now. Hennis 1-on-5, battling hard. Barron pestering Neuenberg. Taken away.
Good recognition that she would have been offsides there.
Pass right out front. Amsler right out in front. Kristoff swings and misses. Hector Kirk now with it. Comes to her forehand, tries to get around. Francois, good defense to not pull her down, commit a penalty, and still get her off that mark. Bailey with a nice move out front. And that one sticked aside by Havrud. Now Hall with it. Hall. Excellent stick handling by the Royals tonight.
She's a scooter.
Yep. Pass out front. Acton Kirk tied up. That's saved by Havrud. Taken away by Ohm. Ohm gets it out. They need a change through the Tornadoes. Down to 10 minutes now. Drop pass for Hall. Hall skates in onto the forehand. Goes right through the side of the crease. Clocker over there. To Francois. Erica Maida keeps it now. Hall. Sends it around. Now Botno. Third line for Anoka now out. Kept in. Here comes Johansson. Johansson tries to get around Clocker or Booth. Can't do that. And using those sticks to poke check and get that puck away. Booth with good persistence just to be able to get that puck and possess it to get it out. Reinholtz to get past the red line, dump it down. Anoka will make a quick change.
Yeah, Booth was a little bulldog down there.
Yeah,
she was getting stuck pretty good there by Johansson.
Johansson and that top line with Barnacle. And here comes McKenna. McKenna passes out front. Booth again with a nice defensive play. She lays the stick down on that centering pass. McKenna falls right off to the stick of Acton Kirk and comes out more able to get it out. With speed comes Taylor Hall. Tries to get it out. Hennis, good defensive play. And Omi now. Another cross-out pass to Taylor.
Oh.
And tic-tac-toe goes wrong as that goes right through the crease behind. Now Taylor again, right off the crossbar. That looked like it hit the upper 90 there.
Yeah, I would like to see that one again. That was pretty darn close if it didn't go in.
Hall put it on a clinic over the last couple of minutes with just her ability to get free and either pass it or shoot it.
Well, Hall is quite a skater out there, along with 10 and 5 and 15 and 16. And they got some kids who are elite skaters on Rogers.
And just excellent. Here's Leah Ansler. Ansler takes it right into the chest of Alex Backman.
You know, Amsler, I've seen her pick off about 5 passes today. Really good hockey sense. And there's a look at that opportunity. Little tic-tac-toe by Rogers, couldn't put it in the back of the net. But what I was saying, she just reads the puck.
Yeah.
You know, she lets the game come to her. And she's a sophomore. I think she's going to be a good one for Anoka. Pretty good player right now.
Yeah, she's got great anticipation.
Great anticipation.
Yeah, she understands, like you said, where the play is going to go, and she seems to get there before the puck.
The game is so much easier.
Laura Barnacle now chases it down, passes it back, looking for Sandberg. Right out front, sitting right there was Taylor Hall, I believe. Sandberg again looking tied up on Francois. Did a nice job of tying up Johannes so she could not get free. Here comes Tiki Barron with Ansler. That one's thwarted. And Sydney Bailey now. She'll slow it down. 1-on-4. Skater coming in. That's Hall. That shots whistled wide. Kept in. Omi now with Hall back. Pass out front. Anoka's doing a nice job of getting that cutting person in the slot, being able to cover up out front.
Yeah, definitely the possession have to go to Roger, but Anoka's had some good opportunities.
Here comes Moore. Moore was defended nicely by the Royals. Now coming up with Hall. Hall's been showing off a little bit. That one goes off of Francois. Bouncing puck that hits a skate in the side of the net. Olsen tries to get out of the zone. Can't. Ohm now. Ohm takes it. Hall tries to keep it in. Hennis able to get it out, but kept in again. Offsides. As the Royals touch up. Olsen for Anoka sends that puck down. We're down under 6 minutes. 5:41 remaining. 1-goal game as the Royals are up by 1. Back and forth. McKenna Sandberg drops it for Johannes. Nice save by Pavrud.
I think we have a 2-line game going here right now.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure Rogers is running 2 and Anoka. And you're seeing those top players, especially for Rogers, out there a lot.
Johannes gets her pocket picked by Olsen.
Although this is Anoka's third right here.
I think we're seeing double shifts, and then we'll see a shift by one shift by each third line. That's kind of the way we're working it right now.
Not a lot of shifts left right now, though.
No,
so
there isn't.
I'm guessing Anoka will be going 1-2 here, and so will Rogers. I seem to see 8 and 10 out there a lot for Rogers.
Yep. Taylor Hall, number 8. Avery Ackenkirk, number 10. That one's sent past by Clocker. Pass up. Here comes Kristoff. Kristoff with more. Kristoff defended nicely by Sydney Bailey. That 2-on-1 was taken away quickly and diffused. Here comes Taylor Hall. Taylor Hall skating with Omi. Nice little toe drag and pulls it back. Pavrud right there, not giving up the rebound. Nice save and good decision to hold on.
Yeah, you would have liked to have seen Anoka get a little something better than what they got off of that 2-on-1. It was kind of slow developing, though, and the Anoka person on the far wing did not get up in the play quite quick enough, and she got back checked pretty hard there by Rogers. And here's another look at the Rogers opportunity.
She pulls it back and able to get it. Kenzie Moore pinches in, gets the puck back, settles it, sends it down for Sandberg. Sandberg looking up for Barnacle, and Another nice little tic-tac-toe that tried to work. But this line has some good chemistry on the passing. Barnacle up front, covered up by Francois.
Yeah, it might be a little bit too much passing for Rogers.
Yeah.
For my liking, but
that's a good point. I mean, you've had plenty of shots. Here comes the Tornadoes, and that goes off the glove of Bachman. Ellie Hennis was hanging around looking for that rebound. Ava Johansson now pulls it back. That one hits the stick of Booth. Booth, good job defending that one. Kirk tries to get it by Kristoff. Ella Kristoff now with it for the Tornadoes. Tries to get it through. Nice job able to feed it through. Barron couldn't hold on, and Omi now getting draped by that. And Kirk with a backhand. That one goes wide, and we'll have a penalty now. I believe it'll be on Ella Kristoff. And it is. So Anoka with 3:23 will go down a skater. As Ella Kristoff will go for a hook.
Yeah, that's not good with 3:23 remaining here. So Anoka, you need to play offense still. You get control of that puck. You take a chance. You lose 3-2, you lose 4-2. Get that draw, get someone flying out of the zone, see if we can spring somebody on a breakaway. But you can't just sit back in there for 2 minutes and play passive. You got to play aggressive.
Yeah, this will be the first power play for Rogers tonight. And Kirk with the goal. And Johannes was just pounding away at that puck in front of Padrid. She gets it back. Goes to her back and fence. And a power play goal. As I believe that is McKenna Sandberg's second goal of the night. That one was not too many passes on that one. That was
but
a beautiful.
It was a nice pass. I was going to say, okay, take that back, because that was a beautiful pass there. She could have shot it herself, put it on that back door, and you can see those two have played together a little bit, and you knew Anoka was going to be in some trouble with the offensive power on this team.
Nothing that you can't move laterally that quick, and just a beautiful backhand pass that went right over to McKenna Sandberg for her second goal of the night.
And this is a team where you think the goalie might say, okay, she's on her backhand, I'm going to move. But yeah, I think they've had 5 or 6 backhands already today, which you don't see.
So true.
So up by 2, Rogers now with 2:48 remaining. Be interesting when Anoka decides to pull the goalie. Well, I seem to be pulling goalies earlier and earlier. Back in the day, we wouldn't pull until there was a minute left.
That was the time for everybody, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much you need it, but like you mentioned, whether it's 4-2 or 5-2, why not give yourself an opportunity with the extra skater out there? Francois sends it back, and that goes past Sandberg. Drop by Botno. And drop down into the end. Rogers tries a breakout pass. Johansson again pass out front looking for Barnacle, who was just trailing. Olsen able to get it back out. Stopped by Francois. Booth will give it a chase. As Van Engel pitches down from their defensive spot. Taylor Hall gets it, shot in, waffle board save.
Rogers wants more.
Yeah, Kirk over to Hall. Back to Kirk. Back to Hall. Backhand, save. Talk about some good chemistry. Both these top two lines have some excellent chemistry and good spacing.
Yeah, they split them up. They don't have their top 3 together. They have a couple on each line, so it makes them very dangerous, especially come playoff time.
We're down to a minute left. Omi, that one's saved by Pavrud. And we'll have a face-off on the near side here. Under a minute, we'll see now you almost have to, as soon as you get it out of the zone, if you've got possession, you got to send Poverty to the bench.
Yeah, that's the key though. You got to get it out of the zone.
Yeah.
They haven't had a chance here the last minute and a half to get it out of the zone, so be nice to win a face-off.
Barnacle against Kristoff. Kristoff loses it, pass out in front. That one just a hair too far for Sandberg, looking for that hat trick tonight. Barnacle now over to Mady. Big traffic in front, and it's the jersey of the Royals again right out front. Both these two just crashing, either Johannes Barnacle or Sandberg, just crashing that net. And they will have a hand pass. 23 seconds left. And you mentioned you have to get it out of the net. They're just can't.
Yeah, you don't take them out of the net now.
Nope.
Her out of the net now.
Well, they're going to bring it all the way down.
I still think you probably keep her in there. And, against the top team, it's kind of it'll be pretty tough to score 2 goals. Some might dispute me on that, but, this young team's looking for some moral victories, too. And 4-2 looks better than 5-2.
Hennis out front. Rickley, and that one's shotted wide. Moore with it now down to 10 seconds. Moore back to the point. The side and comes down. Here comes Johannes. And that is the end of the game. Match a tough week for Anoka as they've taken on 2 top 10 teams. But defensively tonight, tight game, and 2 goals scored by Anoka. Definitely some, you talked about moral victories, you've got some there.
Yeah, definitely. The girls worked hard, and that's like I said before, that's what you really want them to do. They have some young talent on this team. They're only going to get better. Rogers are going to be interesting to see all year because I think they're going to be able to stick in there with everybody, as they've proven already.
Yeah, let's take a look at upcoming schedules for Rogers. They're going to be at Hill Murray, Blaine, Centennial, Spring Lake Park. That will be a good one. The one at Blaine will be a good one. For Anoka, Osseo Park Center at Andover next week. Boy, I tell you, it doesn't get any easier, does it?
It sure
at
doesn't.
St. Cloud, Champlain Park, Coon Rapids, and then back home against Hopkins and Park Center. Our upcoming broadcast schedule. You've got girls basketball coming up. Our first basketball foray, I believe, will be next week, both for boys and girls, Anoka and Champlain Park. We'll get back into hockey, Andover versus Champlain Park, another chance to see the state champion, and then followed up by the holiday concert at the Champlain Park High School. I want to thank you for joining us tonight, for all the crew who did a great job, great pictures tonight, everybody in the truck. Ryan, Taylor, everybody else in the truck, really appreciate it. And for Hall of Fame coach Pete Hayes, my name is Jim Childs. We appreciate your listening to QCTV tonight, listening and watching QCTV tonight. And once again, final score, Rogers 4, Anoka 2. Have a great night.